probably wondering why I'm playing this garbage again. It's just because there's nothing else coming out at all. I would like this game a lot more if the dash wasn't so damn unresponsive. It just takes so long for them to, like, react to your command when you dash, and it has, like, an hour of recovery, and I don't understand why. And this character here, this, like, pink bunny chick or whatever, she takes even longer. She dashes and she falls over, and it takes, like, 10 years to recover. I actually like the boss fights in this game. I like how you can kind of like counter their bursts. I think that part of the game is really fun. It's just I don't get why they slowed down the dashing from the other games. See, like this right now, I'm mashing the button. You can hear me mashing it, and she doesn't do it fast. There's like an hour of recovery. Even when you guard cancel, it still like takes forever. The character feels so clunky. If there was like a cheat engine code to like put the dashing back to the way it was in the other games, I would like this game a lot, actually. I don't like how it feels like they're supposed to be ninjas and they control like obese smokers. Man, BASARA needs to come back. BASARA's a shitty phone game now, and this is all that's left. It's like a poor man's BASARA. It's like it's fun to attack the enemies, but we have so few options, and the character is just so unresponsive. I don't understand why they made it like this. In the other ones, you could dash, like, pretty often. But here, it takes forever, and I don't understand why. It's like this game is fun to play in small doses, but when you're playing it for long periods of time, you feel like you're fighting the controls more than the actual enemies. Like, you try to dash out of something in time to dodge an attack, and you can't because the character won't do it fast enough. You can do stuff like this, which does help, but it's still not enough. I turned off all the voices because I can't stand how much they scream. And I kept their clothes on as well because that makes the cutscene shorter. I feel like this series would be better if it didn't have so much garbage fan service and they focused more on the gameplay. Because the foundation they have for this is not bad. It's mostly just the fact that there's so many characters and they only have like 5 moves each. Like, I actually like the gameplay loop of the bosses. I like how you can't just butt mash. I think they actually nailed that aspect of the game quite well. Like, if you just keep mashing the square button, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of moves to really do besides mash, but you do have to pay attention to the little indicators you get and parry. And I do think it's very satisfying to actually land a parry and then continue your combo. I think that that part of the game is really well done. It's just the responsiveness of the character is what feels really off. Game, it feels very odd. I know that I didn't play the one before this. I only played the first one, and in the first one you could like do crazy dash cancel infinites. I know in the second one they added multiplayer, and I guess that was their reasoning for taking it out. But this doesn't even have multiplayer, so the fact that it's taken out, it doesn't really make much sense. There's no like competitive mode to really warrant having it be gone. Either way, I feel like that kind of thing should be, those kinds of nerfs should only be in the multiplayer mode. There's no reason people who don't want to play a mode that's going to die in a week should have to suffer because of that. In my opinion. It's going to make me play as this bimbo again. I don't know what their obsession is with this bunny chick, but her moveset's awful. It's the only good move. Once I get the characters that are a little bit more responsive, I'll probably like this game more. For now, this is what you get. I don't even know if they'll be able to make another one of these because of all the censorship laws, and they won't just make a game without all the dumb fan service. They have to have this in there. I guess they feel it won't sell without the fan service, but I would like it more if they would focus more on the gameplay. Look at how long this chick takes to recover. It takes forever. She keeps falling over. Like, I don't understand what the point of joke characters is in Musou games. They're not fun to play. Just feel like a massive handicap. I'm sure mods for this are probably just the normal stuff you'd expect from a game like this. I'm gonna look and maybe there's some gameplay mods. Like just add like a faster dash or something. I think this game would be a lot more fun. No, not again, please. Why is it always this character? This is like the only character in the game is this dumb joke character chick with the horrendous moveset. Even her music is terrible. It's like the characters are barely different at all, but they still have characters like this that are just completely dreadful to play. It takes an hour to do anything. Which is already a pretty big problem in this game, is the unresponsiveness of the characters. I feel like it shines the most when you fight the bosses, because the bosses are one-on-one, and you don't need to rely on the dash as much because you can parry, but when you're fighting, you know, just the peons, it definitely feels very stiff. So I think that's why this game feels odd. It's like it's fun and it isn't at the same time. I feel like they could have made the peon, like, Musou filling phase of the game a lot better by letting you dash out of things more often. Please no more of this awful bunny chick. Yeah, you did your best and your best sucks. Not good enough. Please go away. Stop being playable. Ugh, again, why? Please be the last time I have to play as her. Please, move faster. Learn how to fight. Joke characters suck. I hate this character so much. Can't she, like, die or go to another school or something? Play as somebody who actually responds to the buttons that I'm pressing. Please move! Like, I'm pushing a button. Please do what I say. Don't take an hour to do it. Come on. Why is this character so frequently used? It's like they hate the people that pay for these games. Keep making you play as this bimbo over and over and over and over and over. They should give her a stamina bar while they're at it, just make it even more frustrating. Hopefully the torture is over. Play as a character that's at least slightly more responsive than this one. It's like they're supposed to be ninjas. Why do they control, like, obese smokers? They didn't used to. Like, change their diet or something? Like, stop taking, like, performance-enhancing stuff or what? Something happened, because in the first one, on the Vita that I played, it was actually far more responsive than this game for whatever reason. You think it would be the other way around. At least you can skip all the talking, so it's better than Astral Chain. This is at least enjoyable in small doses. Astral Chain was not. Finally, another character. think that's what makes this game weird. You know, like in a lot of like poor man's Musou games like this, normally it's like fighting the regular enemies is fun, and the bosses aren't fun. In this game, it's the polar opposite. You have a lot more control over what's going on the bosses than you do when you're fighting the mooks, because you can't cancel fast enough to deal with large crowds most of the time. That was pretty bad on my part. I'm so used to playing that freaking what's her name, Bunny Bimbo. Kind of wonder why they tried to make a series like this, which is like 70% fan service and 30% like below average Muso gameplay, and now with the whole censorship thing going on with Sony Entertainment, like the series is like actually in legit jeopardy, and it's like the gameplay is nowhere near good enough to really stand on its own. So if they can't do the fan service, it's like I wonder what they're gonna do. Most likely they'll probably have to be on Switch only or something. Kind of ironic, you know. Been gaming for as long as I have. You have like the situation where a series like this would never be on like Super Nintendo or N64. Like back in that era, there's no way a game like that would ever be on a Nintendo platform. And now it's looking like what little I know about it, apparently they're looking into making the next few games on Switch or something because the censorship laws or rules or whatever are far less lax there. I think the game has a lot of potential. I think it's really misguided for them to make the characters less responsive when there's no multiplayer mode at all. Actually, pairing the enemies, it reminds me a lot of Tales of Hearts-R. Tales of Hearts-R had a very similar system where the enemies could burst out of combos at certain intervals, but you could always block them and continue them. I thought that was a really fun way to discourage button mashing and also like encourage skillful play. I actually really like that part of burst renewal. I think that aspect of the game is really well done. Is just fighting the peons is not fun, and that's not the way it should be. Like normally, you know, you kind of like BS your way through the bosses because they aren't as fun to fight, but you have more fun fighting the peons and like some traditional like Koei Muso games and stuff. But here, it's like you want to mostly just get to the boss fights, and it makes it feel like it's an arena fighter with Muso elements instead of the other way around. And I think that's what makes it feel very awkward. I'm gonna look around and see if there's any gameplay mods. I'm sure it's probably, like I said, what you would come to expect from those kinds of fan service games. But maybe there's a gameplay mod out there to make them dash faster, and I'll probably play it more. I got paid from kitty sitting, and it was only like $20, so I ended up only paying like $9 for the game. I mean, that's not bad at all, really. It does seem to be running better than the PS4 version. I heard that there's like performance issues later on, but supposedly those were patched out. Once I max out the characters and I have a little bit more options, I'll probably play more on the channel. Thanks for watching, and thanks for putting up with my rant. Peace.